Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Mother-in-Law Suite podcast. Almost forgot the name. I don't even know. I was going to say Timothy Johnson podcast or something. I was going crazy there for a second. I don't know what was going on. that was a bit weird. Short-circuited. NPC moment, as one would say, I guess. Yeah, no, we're making some big plays, big moves. Classes have started, and I'm underway. If you can't tell, I am alone today. Henceforth, the rambling, the filibustering, the moving, the schmoving. I ordered a Macintosh computer laptop for college. I realized that I'm on my computer almost all day, and since school started, I'm even on it more. So, I'd rather have a laptop so I can work other places, maybe, go to a cafe or go study in my room or at the dinner table or something, somewhere else other than this chair all day long, because I'm gonna be sitting in this chair at night playing video games. So it was something, a little investment for me to kind of get out and get doing things, get social a little bit, maybe, get just gives me a little bit of freedom, a little bit of mobility. I can go camping, I can go stay in a hotel and still do some work and stuff. So it's a beneficial purchase. Plus, it gives me an opportunity to do some mother-in-law suites on the go. You never know. I might be able to go do a in-person podcast with, I don't know, some other friends that I wouldn't have been able to normally do one with because they couldn't have been able to come over here because they're either allergic to a cat or they're just too far away, and I might go to a different state. You never know. It's a world of opportunities this device brings. So let's keep that in mind, I guess, or whatever, for the future. But yeah, no, classes are going well. I'm taking astronomy, I'm taking international relations, and I am taking U.S. history. That doesn't start till B7 term, but I'm also taking intro to film. It's pretty good. In the film class, I'll probably be mentioning the film class a bit on this podcast, because they're having me watch some pretty good movies. I watched Citizen Kane this week. It was a pretty good movie. I actually enjoyed it. I don't know if you're unfamiliar with the movie. Citizen Kane's supposed to be the best movie, critically acclaimed ever. It's if you look at Hollywood movies today, if there was ever a movie to influence basically all of Hollywood today, it would be only Citizen Kane. There was a lot of not professional, but meta changing is a word to use. Is a word to use because I can't remember the actual one, but groundbreaking movie shooting techniques. There we go. He was the first one to use ornate title cards and certain transitions and certain recording styles, and I think he's one of the only ones to include practical. I don't even know, bro. It's just a bunch of different stuff, and it was really 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 cool, and it was a very very famed and critically acclaimed movie. It's about this guy, and he basically becomes this this he basically gets everything that he wants in his life, and then he loses it all. And it's this tragic story of this guy's life, and it's not even his fault. It's just scenarios happening after over and over, and it's crazy. It's a cool movie if you never watched it. Made in the 1940s, and I think 1941. But anyways, been playing Batman Arkham Knight. I never really gave the game the thought of day or the time of day to play, and I tried playing it once, didn't like the controls or something, and then gave up. But I'm giving it another try because I saw a video or something, and it looked pretty cool, and plus I didn't like play it enough to get an idea or a feel for the physics engine, but the physics engine in Batman Arkham Knight is pretty cool, pretty good, and it's a pretty fun game. I'm definitely enjoying it. Very atmospheric, immersive. Um, it's pretty neat. I also have been watching The Sopranos. I am at season 4 now. It's actually crazy. There was this scene in The Sopranos that I really enjoyed. Um, I wrote it down in my notes on my phone. There was a scene where Junior, which is the boss of the family, he's like singing after this funeral um at this like restaurant for basically like the party for like everybody, so the family and everybody that was there, and he's singing. The family around was just listening to the music and listening to him sing, and as the scene progresses, the music changed, and it's not the same music Junior's singing to. You can still see him singing, and like it's a him and a piano, it's like a duet or something, right? But the music that starts playing, it starts going from like these Italian like family folk songs to like these Latin, like these Spanish folk songs, to these like French folk songs, to English ones, to so on and so forth. It goes, I think it went to like a Chinese one as well, and it just goes through all these different styles of music representing these different family heritages, like kind of creating this conceptualized like comparison of these families, and how like even though they're Italian, they're still mourning the same way, and there's like all these different styles of families like living these exact moments, just in different, different ways, and it's all yet very different but yet vastly similar. It was a really cool scene, and I really enjoyed it, and it kind of just shows like um it was just a really cool message. I thought it was really neat. But the show is really cool if you ever get around to it. I've also speaking of like more media, I've been watching more of the what do you call it? Rent a Girlfriend. The anime. It's pretty cool. I've caught up. I'm at episode 21 right now, and I think that's as far as it's gotten. I haven't been watching anything else. I need to keep watching One Piece, but I have not been. I have been severely lacking, and it's yeah. Yeah, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the day that I get back into it, because it's gonna be it's gonna be like a month long journey of me just watching One Piece every day. I'm not really ready for it, and that's why it hasn't happened yet. But either way, other games, I'm still playing a little bit of League, occasionally, not as much as I was there for a minute, but still enough. I do have some guests lined up next week. We have a guest on, my buddy Brady. He's going to be on, and we're going to talk about some stuff. He is currently a well. You know what? I'll save a little bit of it. Save it for next week, and let you hear it from him directly. It's a pretty cool story. We'll be able to talk to him a little bit, and then the week after we got Soapy back. For another cast, for another podcast. Soapy's actually one of the members of the Dungeon World campaign that we are playing on my Twitch channel. That I will actually be streaming tonight as well. The day that this uploads. So if you listen to this day of, which you might not. It is okay either way. Go to my twitch.tv/Bob the Potato at 7 p.m. EST, and to catch the next session of the Disciples of El. Yeah. But I might keep it short this week. I know it's we're barely even at 15 minutes in. I'm trying not to let the quality of these things drop. I feel bad because the last two people that were supposed to do a podcast with me flaked last minute, so I'm kind of like unprepared, but I don't want to give you guys literally nothing, so I'm kind of giving you like these like little 15-minute updates. So if we don't have like a guest for a week or something like that, I'll probably just do like a 15, maybe 20-minute update talking about whatever, things that's been going on. It might be longer depending on what I have to talk about, but like I it's getting kind of hard for me to keep up with the schedule, especially if I'm trying to do things with other people, and then they have to like they have a say in my schedule too. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to upload every Monday, but when I do upload, I'm going to try to like increase the quality of each episode next episode. Does that make sense? So like the next one's always going to be better than the last. And I would rather have quality over quantity any day of the week. So, that's where we are today, and I'm just kind of trying to be open because I don't want it to sound like I'm giving you hollow promises every single time I come out like, yeah, next one's going to be better, next one's going to be better, and then it's like people keep flaking and bailing. So I'm just trying to be as transparent as I can be for those of you who are um offended or care. But if you don't and you still listen and you're enjoying, I really appreciate you. You guys are the homies. Anyways, we can go ahead and take this part of time to get into the Spotify. This week I'll recommend the Yo-Yo the Piano Man. Yo-Yo the Piano Man. He is a Japanese pianist. Very very cool. You'd think he might be like the Yo-Yo Ma, like the celloist, but he's not. He's just this jazz pianist, and he's really 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 cool. There's also a guitarist. He's like kind of like a solo math rock guitarist, kind of like maybe Plini or like Tim Henson or something like that. His name's Ichaka Nito. So Ichaka Nito, Ichika space Nito. Um, he makes some pretty good music. It's pretty fun to vibe out to. It's entertaining enough. But yeah. I will say though, this week I do have some clips that I can put in from a session that me and my buddy did the other day. I was helping him like make a campaign mission for his Dungeon World campaign. It's actually Soapy. It's not our campaign that we're running, but it is his specific campaign that I'm not a part of. But it just kind of goes to show you, if you have no idea what Dungeon World is, and if you're ever interested in it, or like Dungeons and Dragons, if you have any interest in Dungeons and Dragons, definitely take some time and listen to this, because I think it's really really cool. Dungeon World's really fun. It's just like D&D, but it's more narrative based than it is like rule based. So it instead of like, are you sure you can roll that way, or are you sure you can roll for damage if you do this? Well, I don't think you can. It's less of that and more of like, well, can you do that? Tell me if you can. Oh, there's a painting on the wall. What does the painting look like? And then like the player has to describe what they're seeing on the wall. It's kind of cool. I think it's fun. But either way, thank you for listening. This week I will come back again shortly. Next Monday should be the next upload date for sure, because I am recording this Friday, unless something else happens and something comes up. But if that's the case, you'll just get me again next week, and I'll come up with another weekly update. So yeah, no. I guess this isn't goodbye. So maybe if you want to listen to the clip, stick around. If not, get out of here, I guess. Goodbye.
The quest line is basically going to be they're gonna have to do some work, like some side quest type shit. And so once they do this side quest type shit, it'll give them a little bit of insight into
That this NPC is trying to get them to do?
yes.
Why is it this specific NPC?
Because this was the guy, like, they didn't realize, because they didn't fucking ask. They walked into the headquarters of the All-Seeing Eye, which is just an inn. It's just a slightly larger inn than normal. And they walked up to the only guy in the entire building, and they were like, hey bro, where's the guy in the brown robe? And he's like, what the fuck? And he's like, you heard me. And so, like, they tried to fucking strangle him. And he was, like, not gonna budge. Like, he was like, I will just die rather than give up information for free. And so, yeah, one of them tried to kill him. And though he failed, now he's kind of, like, burned that bridge.
Well, yeah, it burned the bridge with that guy, but, like, let's say that... So you said it's, like, an inn, right?
Yes.
I mean, like, have some dude be like sweeping on the front porch or something, and when they leave, he like he says something like, "Are you looking for someone in a brown coat, eh?"
Oh, no.
Like, as, like, you know what I'm saying? Like out front,
Maybe.
like, or maybe not like that, but like, kind of like get to test them, like have that dude be part of the thing. So like, there's like a janitor kind of style. Like, does that make sense? You know how like, have you ever seen the show Undercover Boss or whatever?
Yes.
It's kind of like that. Like, it's another member, but he's just acting like he's like the lowest person on the totem pole in this entire
Well,
building.
yeah,
You know,
because
like he's the person that blends into the background.
Yeah.
He's like the janitor. He's picking up the trash, sweeping the floor. So like, it doesn't even have to be like them directly answering his questions. Like, you said to do some generic side quest shit. Be like, do that guy, like have him complain when they walk outside. Be like, you walk out the door and there's a and you get all the way down to the street till you realize there was a man sweeping the porch right behind you, huffing and puffing and I don't know, whatever about. Try to make him as interesting as possible to talk to, you know?
Right.
And then like if they go to walk away, have him like fall over or pitch a fit and be like, "I need a new broom. Someone bring me a new broom. I'll pay handsomely," or something, you know, like trying to get them to do something. And then like the moment they go down an aisle, like an alleyway, the guy with the broom jumps them. It's like, you can't, you don't pull stuff like that in here, like in this end, like we'll kill you, you know. I don't know.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's basically like the wingman for the guy inside. Like they're the two guys working that day, so he heard what was happening, knows what you guys are about, but wants to know. He knows what you're after, but he doesn't know who you are and why you're after what you're after. You know, so he's trying to gauge that. Get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I just have to find a way, because like I don't like when I do this type of stuff, I try not to make it where like it's super obvious that this is like the one person that they have to talk to.
Well, no, it can be literally anybody. It could be some carriage driver on a street. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Some dude sweeping. Like, have another accomplice to this guy. Or you can have the broom guy, like, disguise himself as someone else, as like some carriage driver or something, you know. Like, have him have access to this potion because it's the all-seeing eye. They have a reserve potion that lets them change into any person that they've seen before.
Yeah.
They can drink it and then they can transform or transmog into any random person. So like, they'll be talking to some dude and it's actually just the guy they were talking to in the first place. You know what I'm talking
That
about?
would be funny.
That's what I'm saying. That'd be pretty
Oh,
cool. I
actually,
think that'd be pretty
you know
cool.
what would be cool
What?
is if what if, like, the going off your whole transmog thing, what if okay, this is another idea that I had that I wasn't, or that I didn't get a chance to tell you. This guy, the leader of the gang, there is a door in or every door in the inn he can walk through and appear in any other door in any other inn in the city.
Interesting.
So, like, he kind of has, like, this trans-dimensional secret passageway that goes between all of the inns in the city.
Yeah.
And so, basically, what I was thinking is, going off of your transmogulation thing, is that through the painting, he saw them try and kill the guy over something.
Yeah.
And so he personally came to investigate it, and he transforms himself into just some regular guy on the street. And like comes up and like,
that's actually cool because that makes a lot more sense, because now since it's a spy thing, they're getting discovered like a spy would discover someone.
right.
He saw them on the security monitor and he came to investigate.
Right,
Exactly.
okay.
I think that works.
Okay.
So he goes undercover. So I think what will be really cool is like a carriage driver runs over one of the party members or like something like crazy, right? And then kind of runs off. You know, so like based off what you're saying, right? These guys are pissed like all the time, right?
Uh,
So if you have some dude attempt to run them over, they're gonna chase after him, right? Have them get on this wild carriage chase through the city, and then have the guy disappear, and then some other dude he transmogs again as like some peasant lady. He's like, "Oh, he ran that way. I'll show you. Follow me, dearie." You know, and then she leads them into this like creepy house or something, you know. Or it doesn't even have to be a lady. It could be some burly lumberjack guardsman or something, you know? And he's like, "Follow me, gentlemen. I saw him run this way. We can go after him this way," you know? It's like, "You guys need weapons. Come in here. Come to the armory," you know? You know? And then they get in there, and he, like, hits them all in the back of the head and ties them to chairs or something, you know?
okay.
Like, to gauge them, to interrogate them or something. I don't know. Whatever you, like...
Okay.
You picking up what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You picking up what I'm putting down?
Just kind of
think the
have a
carriage-
conveniently placed NPC and have it be him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, have him transmog. You said he can transmog into anybody.
Well,
so have him do it twice.
That was your idea, but it's
Yeah,
definitely
yeah,
a good
yeah.
one.
I think it'd be cool. Just have him do it twice. Like, the guy disappears. Like, it looks like he vanished into thin air, you know? Like, they get there, the carriage is wrecked, but he's nowhere to be found. And then there's some other dude that wasn't the guy that was on the carriage, says, "Hey, he was this way, follow me," but it was actually him. He just changed again.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And then he gets in there, and then he changes. He opens the door, walks in as the guy on the carriage, and then in front of them changes back to the guy that showed them.
Well,
where it
yeah,
was,
but I'm
you
not
know
gonna
what I'm
reveal
saying?
it that early. I'm trying
Well,
to
I
have
mean, yeah.
I'm trying to have like a good amount of build up, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay, well then,
I
okay.
want when things like when they figure things out, I want it to feel rewarding, you know what I mean? So like when they finally meet this guy in like his true form, like I'm gonna have him like transform into all of the NPCs.
Have him literally,
Yeah.
literally have him be like almost every important NPC that they've met.
Yeah,
Or not every, but like
exactly.
every other one. Like, that would be crazy. That's insane. That's actually so cool. And like constantly have the NPCs running away. So now you're not having much of a line, but now you have a basis. Because since you now know that he can transform into any NPC, you now know, therefore, for him to be in it as every NPC, you have to have the NPCs that he is not in the same room at the same time.
Right.
So you're like future proofing. So like you have a rubric to follow now, basically, so you don't have to worry about like
Right.
getting a story drawn out or like a quest line drawn out, because it kind of already is there. It's just a matter of fact of how they choose to do the
Right,
you know,
right.
the dialogue or
Oh,
whatever.
man, this is spicy. Actually, I need to write this down in my other thing real quick.
Well, you know what? Is since you're recording this, you actually have an audio
True.
recording of the entire thing that you get to keep and you get to listen back to.
So I'm also like, so this guy in his true form is basically a guy in like, you know, like a friar robe, like the brown robe with the hood and like the rope around the waist. Yeah, he's kind of in that kind of getup, but he's like a snake type guy. He's like reptilian, and so he's got like the forked tongue that kind of like shoots out. You know what I'm saying?
He's the like an Argonian, like in Skyrim.
I guess is that.
Or like the dragon lizard people from like Divinity Original Sin 2.
Argonian Skyrim. I'm trying to get like a visual idea. Argonian. Yeah, kinda. But like no horns. Just snake. Don't step on Snick. Snick will turn into your mom and then bang herself.
That sounds cool. It sounds like a fun little session.
Okay, so
Now you really don't even need much planning. Just have them like go outside, like you said.
yeah,
just
but I
them
do have to
walking
have
around.
them have a side quest that isn't just completely meaningless. That's the next step.
Well, that's the side quest isn't completely meaningless. That's what I'm saying. The carriage, them chasing after the carriage is the quest kind of thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like make it this entire thing. Like he gets off and he's like running through the thing, and they have to follow him through this city.
So
You know.
hang on, I gotta write all this down real quick. Oh, his name is also the curator. I thought that was pretty fucking
Curator?
cool. Because like
Now he's curating their
yeah,
entire
because like
path
in
through the
his
city.
in his like house, he keeps like it's basically like an interdimensional library where like it just goes on for it's like the Library of Babylon.
Yeah, I think so.
It's kind of like that where it's like anything that has happened to anyone in the city is recorded in this library somewhere.
Interesting.
So he's kind of literally got records of everything that happens in the city.
Listen here, Daniel. At precisely 3:47 p.m. on Tuesday afternoon, you touched yourself.
You jerked off.
You